Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with my friend Crystal. Crystal, your mic is muted. Can you unmute? All right. Hey Crystal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to be here.
Thank you for being here. Night 2 of our Elevate virtual session previews. Super excited to talk to Crystal tonight all about social emotional learning. I hear there's some activities we're going to be doing.
We are so excited.
Looking forward to that. And I want to go ahead and tell everybody that we have 2 pretty epic giveaways tonight. We are giving away a ticket to Elevate Virtual, and thanks to the generosity of a teacher, we are also giving away a ticket to Nashville, right? We're giving away a ticket to the Elevate in-person conference in Nashville. So we have 2 giveaways tonight, Elevate Virtual, and we have a ticket to Elevate Nashville in person. It's super easy to enter. All you have to do to enter is hit the share button and get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. So again, we're giving away a ticket to Elevate Virtual, and someone is going to win a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person for this summer. So hit that share button, invite your friends to join us, get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. All right. So Crystal, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Crystal Oswald, and I am a instructional coach. My title is actually a district service coach, but I never say that because it's like, what is that? So I'm an instructional coach here outside of the city of Chicago. I service 4 different school districts, and then I lead a lot of PD around the area. My love and passion is SEL. And prior to being a coach, I was a classroom teacher for 14 years. So that's where it all started. I just was always implementing SEL into my classroom. And in my spare time, I'm also the conference director for Elevate.
Right. And you're also a mom.
I'm also, oh yes, can't forget
in your spare time.
Yes, this time last year, I remember on my live, Sadie was like only a few months old, and I had a friend here watching her, and now, so now she's 16 months.
And then before you know it, they'll be in kindergarten.
Oh my gosh, I can't even.
And then before you know it, tonight, Adeline was in the bath, and I'm like, yeah, spring break will be over, and then you'll have only 9 weeks of kindergarten, like 45 days of kindergarten. I'm like, I can't believe that, like, kindergarten is almost over and she's ready for first grade.
No, just make it stop. Like, don't you wish you could just press a button? Like, stop.
It goes so fast. Somebody's like, yeah, she'll be driving before you know it. And I'm like, listen,
no.
That, like, her behind the wheel of a car, God help us all.
I know. Well, we've got some time. But maybe start practicing with like go-karts or something.
Listen. And just the way, like, she gets, like, just so, like, into things, like, I just her driving is just the thought of it terrifies me.
Well, we could teach her some self-management tips and tricks.
Right? Maybe you need to come spend some time with her and use all of your SEL tips for her. So Crystal is joining us both obviously in person and for Elevate Virtual, and she's going to be talking all about SEL and how we can help our kids, just like we said, right? Manage those emotions, how to self-regulate, And we know as educators that if we're not addressing those things, the academics don't happen. Right, Crystal?
Absolutely. Like when you think about teaching the whole child, you have to have the SEL part before you can have the academic parts. A stressed brain doesn't learn. So we have to make sure that we have that all together in order for academics to happen. So absolutely.
Right. And I love what you just said about a stressed brain can't learn. This is something I talk about a lot in my PD. And what I try to keep in mind in my classroom is that if you think about it, like our brains have a gate. And when we're stressed, that gate is closed.
Right.
And when we can lower that stress, the gate opens, and then guess what can happen?
Exactly.
Right. And that's what SEL does. And, one of the things I talk a lot about is laughter and how much like getting the kids to laugh and smile opens that gate as well. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Crystal's going to be sharing here in a few minutes a couple of ideas and some fun activities.
Oh, Greg. We don't have to do that. I think it would be great to like showcase a little bit of what we're going to do in my session, because this is actually an all new session. I just created it for Elevate Virtual. It was my first time presenting it, and I took a whole different lens of it's called Core Connections, linking SEL competencies to emotional regulation. So a lot of times we think about, okay, my student's dysregulated. But I want to help teachers look at it. Okay, my student's dysregulated. How can I have an SEL lens when supporting that student? So this is all new, first time ever being presented. And I'm really happy with, just how it turned out, and just, again, spreading the love of SEL and what it's all about. So, because it's not something extra.
Well, right. And I think that's huge. But also I want to stop right here because you made a very valid point. This is all new. Elevate Virtual 2025 is all brand new content, brand new sessions. Elevate Virtual is a completely separate event from our in-person conferences. And like Crystal said, it's brand new. It's all new content. We have 36 sessions, including 4 keynotes. Gary Brooks, Dr. Richard Warren, Jerry Chang, Miss Chang Gifted is one of our keynotes. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be amazing. Elevate Virtual kicks off on June 1st. You have 90 days on-demand access from June 1st through August 31st. The cool thing about that is you can watch anytime, anywhere, as much as you want, however you want during that 90 days. And so that's the beauty of an on-demand virtual conference, is you can make it work for you. And we even have an app. So you can now watch on your computer, or you can watch on the app. So we've made it incredibly easy to access the content. $40 gets you access to the virtual conference, and you're going to get hundreds of dollars in downloads from every, all of the sessions have a free download, which is hundreds of dollars of freebies for your classroom. Entered for $10,000 in giveaways, a certificate for contact hours. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss out. The early bird price is $40. That goes up at the end of March. So go ahead and get registered for Elevate Virtual 2025. And as a reminder, we're giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual and a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person. So the more you share and the more you comment, the more chances you have to win one of our giveaways tonight. So Crystal, go ahead and give us a little sneak peek of your session.
You got it. So my session, again, is all taking the SEL competencies, and I actually have a printed copy. This is how much I eat and breathe and live SEL all day, every day. But I have a printed copy of the competencies. And if you're not familiar with this wheel, it comes from castle.org. And essentially what we're going to be doing is I'm going to teach about these 5 core competencies, and they are self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, social awareness, and relationship skills. So we're going to take those 5 competencies, we're going to learn about them, but then what we're going to do is we're going to look at how, when a student becomes dysregulated, how can we pause and think, okay, this is what's happening, but what is the lagging skill? Which competency is lagging? Do they need support with self-management? Do they need support with relationship skills? Which SEL competency from this wheel is lagging, and how can we support them with an SEL lens? So I'm going to walk through different strategies that you can use in a classroom that can support that student, different things that you can say to the student in that moment. Because I know I am in classrooms throughout the week. Their students become dysregulated, right? Like we experience it all the time. So it's important that we are able to just look at it with a different lens and respond versus react. So that's my goal.
I like that, respond versus react, because it is so hard not to react.
Totally.
Because when the child is dysregulated, you're also starting to get to a place of being dysregulated because it's stressful, because you're worried about the child and the rest of the class. So I get it. Like you want to react. And so I love that you are going to help us not react, but to respond.
Yeah. And you just made me think of, I always say this in my sessions when we talk about a calm down space, the amount of times that I would put myself in the calm down space before, because you get to a point where you're like, I'm going to react. And I would say to my students, I'm feeling frustrated. I'm going to take a minute. And I would walk myself to my calm down space. And you could hear a pin drop in the classroom because just modeling that, they were like, oh, whoa, she's human, So that's a strategy right there is, just model everything because
Yes.
yeah, we're experiencing it too.
And the fact that they see us having the same struggles, they understand that it's not a bad thing. Like there's nothing wrong when you're having those feelings and those emotions, because they're seeing us have those. And then we're showing them how to handle it in a better way. So I like that. Yeah, listen, I have in my calm down corner, I have a mermaid blanket. It has like the sequins where you can rub and they change.
Yeah.
Like I spent a lot of time back there rubbing those sequins, like trying to like calm myself down and get to a place where we can help the child. And I love the comment, Amy, there it is, says, I love the respond versus react. It's so easy to react instead of taking the time to see what the child needs. And I think that's what you're going to help us do.
Yeah. And it's exactly what we teach the kids. Like we teach the stoplight of pause, think, act, right? Like that's what we teach them to do. So that's what we need to do too. That's where we need to just take a step back. We're all guilty of it. We're human, but I just hope to create some intentionality behind it when thinking about it. So I'm going to show some different breathing techniques you can do, super simple things that you can do. Some different activities just to show the correspondence between emotional dysregulation and SEL. So we are going to go through some scenarios in my session. What I did is I'm reading different scenarios, and then I'm allowing the audience to I pause and I ask some questions and jot down some notes. And then I walk through just how to look at it as a lagging skill and what could we offer. So I thought we could practice one if you want.
Let's practice.
It'll be fun because everybody that's here, you guys can put the answers in the chat too. I would love to see. And the thing about this too is a lot of times when a student is dysregulated, it could be multiple different competencies that they might be lagging. So it'll be interesting to see what people come up with. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. All right, so Jonah, a second grader, is used to sitting next to his best friend during morning circle time. One day, the teacher asks everyone to sit in new spots. Jonah crosses his arms and refuses to move and starts crying and saying, I don't want to sit somewhere else. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm sure a lot of people have. Okay. So we've got Jonah. He wants to sit next to his friend, but we're moving spots and he's super frustrated, overwhelmed. So if you were to think about that from an SEL lens, you need to see the wheel again.
Yes. Can we see the wheel, please?
Okay. If you were to look at it from an SEL lens, which one of these is lagging? And put it in the comments too.
All right. So I'm not going to say things. So we'll give everybody a couple of minutes because we know there's a little bit of a delay. So which of these do you think Jonah's struggling with?
Is it self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, responsible decision-making, or relationship skills? I see a self-management. Oh, maybe I shouldn't read them.
Oh, you guys got a few.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say self-management and relationship skills.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, because if you think about it, so he's shouting and he's crossing his arms and he's crying. That right there is self-management. He's having a hard time managing that strong emotion that he's feeling. And that emotion is fine. It's okay that you're frustrated. It's okay that you're angry, that you can't sit next to your friend. And that's where the part comes in. How can we manage it? So yes, he is lagging that self-management strategy. And then I agree with the relationship skills because it's that idea of like, okay, maybe I could have a new friend that I'm sitting next to, or, just being flexible with where you're sitting. It's okay. Right.
Right.
That's great.
Also, can I just say that, like, how many of us watching our Jonah when we go to PD?
Oh,
and as soon as you started reading that scenario, I'm like, oh my God, this could be teachers at PD. Like, we go to the PD, we sit with our team, and then they make us get up and move, or they don't even let us sit with our team from the beginning. How many of us want to be Jonah and sit and just cross our arms and be like, no, I'm not going?
Can I tell you something that literally just happened to me this morning? I was presenting this morning to adults, and I did a jigsaw and I put them into groups, and I'm not kidding. An adult went, "Well, I don't want to go to that group." It happened. It happened this morning, and I said, "Well, we're doing a jigsaw right now, and like this is where you're going. We're, like I talked her through." I'm not kidding. That's why I'm laughing when you said that, because I was like, "Well, that happened this morning."
Right. So now how can we fix this? Like, what can we do to make this better?
Yeah.
For us and for Jonah.
Yeah. So one of the things that you could say is, I know that change feels hard for you. What do you need in this moment? Maybe you could have, if it gets really extreme, he could maybe go take a break. I don't think it's that extreme where he needs to go take a break at this moment. But I think like it's just understanding that, okay, the change is really hard for you right now. Let's validate that for him and let's acknowledge it, and then say, this is redirect. This is where you're sitting right now. Get there. 3, 2, 1, because that's the expectation. So we need to make sure that we hold true to our expectation, but also validate how he's feeling. And again, like I said, if the emotions get really ramped up, then I would maybe recommend go take a break, get yourself calm. Yeah. And that's the other thing too about a calm down space is I had all of my students practice the calm down space at the beginning of the year because I never, ever want it to be punitive. So if I did recommend that Jonah needs to go and take a break, it's not that it's for a good reason. It's because we all need it at times, right? So just something to think about as well. So
yeah, I love it. I'm loving all the comments. Lots of people talking about. Angela says she's definitely noticed an increased need for SEL focused lessons. And absolutely, I think we're all seeing that. I think our kids are coming in with more trauma, with more chaos at home, all of the things. And so I think absolutely we need more of this. And so I think this is going to be a session that's going to help so many of us, which in turn is going to help so many kids. And that's what Elevate is all about, is supporting teachers and supporting kids. And so if you haven't yet registered for Elevate Virtual, now's your chance. $40. Y'all, that works out to like a little bit over $1 per session. Like, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Like $1 per session, 36 sessions. That includes 4 keynotes. You get free downloads in every session. So you're getting hundreds of dollars in free resources for your classroom. All of the sessions are research-based. They are presented by current active educators who are working in schools and classrooms. And so we get it. We understand it. We know what you're going through. Everything is real. It's simple. It's ideas and activities that anyone can implement in their classroom immediately. Plus $10,000 in giveaways, certificate of contact hours. You get 90 days on demand access from June 1st to August 31st. So you can watch the content whenever, wherever, as much as you want, rewind it, fast forward it. So much stuff. We have an app, so you can literally watch anywhere on the app and on your computer. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the comments and the description. Get registered. You don't want to miss out on that early bird price. Again, the early bird price does go up. It goes up to $80 at the end of March. So now is the chance
a couple weeks.
to get registered for $40, $1 per session. Yeah, Jennifer says the free resources from last year's virtual were great. And guess what, Jennifer? They're all new.
They're new.
Yeah. All new. And if you're in Texas, we are a TEA approved provider. So that means that your certificates from Elevate are automatically accepted by the state of Texas. So there you go. Literally, what more could you want from us for Elevate Virtual? Like, you can't beat it. Get registered. But also remember, we're giving away 2 tickets tonight, a ticket to Elevate Virtual. And thanks to the generosity of a fellow teacher, somebody's going to win a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person. All you have to do to enter is hit the share button, share this out, invite your friends to join us, and get in the comments. The more you comment, the more you share, the more chances you have to win one of those 2 tickets. So if you have any questions about SEL, or if you have any questions about Elevate, drop those in the comments. Crystal, what else here in these last couple of minutes, what else do you want to say about your session, about Elevate, about SEL?
I mean, I have lots to say, but I'll keep it.
Before we came on live, we were talking about just how adulting is just, we're all done with it. So like, can we just be done with adulting right now? Like, all the things.
We need coping strategies. It's funny because I saw someone it's not funny, but I saw someone in the chat say in 33 years of teaching, they have never seen such immense SEL needs. And I am also experiencing that too. Like I said, I service 4 different districts, one being a middle school, one being, and the others being elementary. Like it is a lot. And I think the biggest thing that I want to say is that I really hope that teachers feel inspired to really embrace SEL as not an extra thing, because always you're already doing it. If you're reading picture books, there's so many SEL lessons that are happening. If you're doing science experiments, there's SEL lessons that are being incorporated in that. When you're outside at recess, like SEL is literally everywhere you go in your school. So there is an opportunity all day, every day for some sort of SEL lesson. And I think, again, my goal always is just to help teachers have these 5 core competencies in the back of their mind. Like, this is always my go-to. That's why I have it printed. It's there. Like, there, just be intentional. Okay, this child needs right now some relationship skills building, or they need some coping strategies, whatever it might be. And just going back to that responding versus reacting. So I really hope that with my session for virtual and my sessions at Elevate in person, just that people become more intentional with their thinking about SEL and just know you're already doing it.
Yep.
So
and that's the thing, is right. It's already happening. And there was a question that popped up. Do you do SEL lessons, or do you teach SEL daily, weekly, or as needed? And I think the answer is daily. Right? Because we're doing it already.
Right. So here's my advice. I always say that I'm all for Second Step, Character Strong, those curriculums. Like, those curriculums are great. They explicitly teach SEL skills. They are 30 minutes a day. And I know for me, my emotions aren't just 30 minutes a day. Oh, I'm moving on to math. So yes, great. If you're explicitly teaching them, you should be. And how can you embed it throughout the day? So, like I said, when you're teaching a read aloud, start thinking about those competencies. When you go into math, maybe you notice a student is always stressed before math. How can you support them? Embed it all throughout your day with your questioning, whatever it might be. So the answer is daily, all day.
And yeah, I mean, and the thing is, right, it's happening because, like you said, we don't just have emotions for 30 minutes and then we move on to the next subject. So, right. Yeah. There was another question that popped up. I'll ask you this question and then I'll answer it. Okay. Did you have a closing circle in your classroom?
I did. Yes. So we always started with our morning meeting. We did that every day. And then at the
end, which is a great way to get SEL. Like, so much SEL happens in that morning meeting.
It literally hits every competency. Like, it hits all of them. And then at the end of the day, I did have a closing meeting every day, but it was quick. It was like some sort of reflection question, a turn and talk. It was always an emotion check-in because I had my kids check in on their emotions all throughout the day. So I always wanted to know, because you can collect a lot of really great data from emotions check-ins as well. I always wanted to see how they were feeling at the end of the day, because they might be going home to something that we don't know about. So if you have them check in at the end of the day and you start to notice, okay, this kid is always in the yellow or the red at the end of the day, that's a red flag for me. What's happening. So we always ended with that as well. So yes, that was a long answer.
Yeah, we do. We have a closing circle every day as well. So we end our day with a dance party. And then right after the dance party, we have like you said, a very short closing circle. The way ours works is we go around the circle. Mm-hmm. Everybody shares one thing they learned that day or their favorite part of that day. And the idea behind that is hopefully we're putting an idea in their brain so that when they leave and they go home and the family says, hey, what'd you do at school today? They don't say nothing. Because guess what? When I ask, as soon as Adeline gets in the car, and I'm like, what'd you do at school today? Nothing. Yeah. And so hopefully by sending them out the door, having talked about something they learned or their favorite part of the day, they go home and they're more likely to talk to their family about that.
Yeah. I have SEL newsletters that I share that actually have a question a day for families to avoid that situation. And they're meant to be quick and easy that you can ask in the car, during a commercial, hopefully at dinner, whatever, whenever we have time together. But yeah, so true.
And I know a lot of teachers, and I try to do this when I remember, but like we use talking points or reminder, whatever. And I'll send a message and say, hey, this is what we did today. And like list 4 or 5 things that we did in our classroom so that the families know what we were doing in our classroom. So when the kid says nothing, mom can be like, oh, well, Mr. Greg said that you made elephant toothpaste today. Like what? Yeah. Like, right. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yes to closing circle.
Yes. Yep. And people are loving the idea of a check-in. So yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's so important. And oh gosh, I guess I told you I could keep talking about this. We also need to have bus drivers and people like that doing check-ins, because think about it. Bus drivers are the first person and the last person to see your students. Like they need to, if you're doing some sort of emotion check-in, we need to train bus drivers.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. And also we probably need to check in on the bus drivers.
Yes, seriously.
Right? But also, I think so much of this applies to us as well.
Oh,
right? So we need to be implementing this with each other as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Adult SEL is key.
Yes. Right. Well, and I know we're kind of giggling about it, but I'm going to say this and I'm going to cuss, so nobody get offended. We're all grown-ups here. But I feel like we SEL the shit out of our kids, but we don't take care of our adults.
Right.
And I think that idea of react and respond, like if we did a better job of taking care of the adults, I feel like we would be more equipped and in a better place to respond and not react so many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. To all of that. And I think it's so important, again, to have those competencies in your mind when you're dealing with adults as well. It's not just self-care. It's really thinking about others. And yeah.
So take care of each other.
I love that.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
listen, y'all, we're going to give you like 2 minutes to enter tonight's giveaway. Somebody is about to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual, and someone is about to win a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person. So if you have not yet hit the share button, and if you haven't left a comment, you better do it now, because that's how you enter. Hit the share button, get in the comments, because the more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. So you better do it fast, because we're going to give you like 1 more minute, and then we're giving away these prizes. I want to go ahead and remind you, if you haven't yet signed up for Elevate Virtual, do it now. The links to register are in the comments and in the description. $40 through the end of March. You're going to get online virtual on-demand access for 90 days from June 1st through August 31st. 36 sessions, including 4 keynotes from Gary Brooks, Jerry Chang, Miss Chang Gifted, Dr. Richard Warren. You're going to get hundreds of dollars of free resources to download for your classroom. You're going to be entered for over $10,000 in giveaways, a certificate for 34 contact hours, freebies, exclusive downloads. You get a certificate for your contact hours. We have an app, so you literally can watch Elevate Virtual anywhere, anytime, as much as you want. Rewind, fast forward. It's so easy to access all of its amazing content. And if you've attended in person or Elevate in the past, it's all brand new content. So you don't want to miss out. And Elevate Virtual and our in-person events are 2 separate events. So you want to go ahead and just do both. So register for Elevate Virtual and come hang out with us this summer in Nashville, Austin, or St. Paul at 3 a.m. Christina knows my favorite are my 3 a.m. elevators, who are awake at 3 a.m. in the summer watching their Elevate sessions. So those are my people. So yes, thank you so much, Christina, for being one of my 3 a.m. elevators. And also, if you haven't caught on, I've suddenly decided to call everybody who does Elevate, we're now elevators. So we're elevated educators and we're elevators. So there we go.
I love it.
Samantha wants to know, is the app for Android this year? And I'm not even going to answer that, because I don't even know. I know Jason's moderating, so he'll be able to answer that. I want to say maybe.
I think so. I think, yes, I'm pretty sure towards the end of last year we got it switched. Yes, I want to say yes.
We'll get that answer in the comments. All right. Yes. Oh, it is. Look at that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look.
It was a process.
It was. So a huge shout out to Jason for making that happen. The app is working for Android now. And wait, where did it go? Somebody commented and said, moving on up. Like, listen, now we got a whole, now look, I'm thinking the Jeffersons theme song tied into Elevate, like it's going to be a whole thing.
I love it. That's a great idea.
All right, we're going to get Katie Wonderly on that.
Hi, Katie. We need a graphic.
And a song. Come on, Katie.
Come on.
All right, y'all. So let's pick some winners. So we need, we'll do a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So Jesse, if you can choose us a winner. And if you've already registered for Elevate Virtual, we will just refund your money. Yeah. All right. And both winners are going to send an email to Jason. Right?
I mean, you can send it to me. So you can send it to me.
Okay. Crystal at elevateyourclassroom.com.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Our winner for Elevate Virtual is Tina McClendon. Tina, congratulations. You've won a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So Tina, be sure to send an email to Crystal at elevateyourclassroom.com, and she will take care of your ticket. And now, just a little background on this. This is a ticket a teacher had registered for the conference for Nashville, and is now unable to attend. And so this teacher has generously donated this ticket for us to give away tonight. So a huge shout out to that teacher. So good luck, everyone. And so somebody is about to win a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person.
I'm so excited.
All right. And our winner for a free ticket to Elevate Nashville in person is Emily Dodge. Congratulations, Emily. You won a free ticket to come see us in Nashville for Elevate in person. So again, Emily, you will email Crystal at elevateyourclassroom.com, and she will take care of you. So the email is Crystal at elevateyourclassroom.com, and we will put that in the comments as well. All right.
This is so exciting.
Right, so exciting. And yes, thank you again to that teacher for that generous gift. That was phenomenal.
Yes, agreed.
All right, y'all, click the links, get registered for Elevate Virtual. $1 per session. What more could you want? $10,000 in giveaways, hundreds of dollars in free downloads for your classroom, 36 sessions, including 4 keynotes, 90 days on-demand access with an app on your computer. It's going to be an amazing summer for Elevate Virtual with all brand new content, research-based. All of the presenters are current, active educators in schools and classrooms. What more could you want? And if you're in Texas, we're TEA approved. So there you go. So get registered before the price goes up at the end of March. Yeah. Click the links in the description and the comments. We can't wait to see y'all virtually this summer at Elevate Virtual 2025. Crystal, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. And thank you guys all for being here and for everything you do. And Greg, thanks for what you do too.
Thank you all so much for being here. Keep up the great work. We see you. We appreciate you. And we are honored to be in this profession with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the week. Next time. Bye, everybody.